at how the teams are preparing themselves before the game, you could see a bit of a motivational speech, I think, coming from Seven there on Golden 5.
Yep. As a leader, that's what his job is, obviously, to get people fired up for the match. And this is quite an important match for them up against last year's world champions. So you would expect, you do see it quite a lot, actually, from these European teams, Jordan. But you'll see a nice little Luke Skywalker here as Dennis drops off. And Gok and Pancada, the two new guys, all the pressure is on them to hold off this A site.
Well, not bad entries coming out here from Golden 5 so far, but Viana may be the difference maker. I lie, though. Jin is there in mid. That looked really nice, actually, from Golden 5.
Yes.
The split, the perfect timing in through mid, great trades coming out from long. That's a scary prospect for Black Dragons.
Maybe that's exactly what Seven was talking about. Bit more of that, please, boys.
Yeah.
Golden 5, very demanding start from them up against a huge opponent, a big ask. But like I said, I have actually got a lot of respect for the individuals in Golden 5. It's just the way that they play as a team and obviously the way they coordinate themselves on their attacking sides. They do leave a little bit to be desired. FaZe, the man with the sniper, it'll be left up to him to find a gap in the defense for Black Dragons.
Smokes down early here from Golden 5, or that they have to push past. So Blame will use that to creep forward. Really nice entry. Again, another round that starts to shape up well here for Golden 5 as the swing comes across from Notson, but to no avail. Pancada will at least be able to get one. But a 4v3 here. Bomb side in the control of Golden 5.
Black Dragons almost look stunned.
As they should. I think Golden 5 have come out here and just absolutely smashed them in the last couple of rounds. Not that this round is over, but certainly looking like it will be. 7 clean onto Viana. Golden 5 are playing really well as a team, and that's something that we haven't quite seen so much from them in the lead up to these quarterfinals. FaZe and Jin. Wow, what a shot from Goken. And now it's just Jin, no longer FaZe there to help him. Pop Flash does come through here, and Jin will spot that Goken is not on the bomb. Pete comes across again, and right now Jin is just playing with Goken, but he has to step up and hit these shots, and he will just in time. Golden 5 to win the round. That got maybe a little bit closer than they would have liked it to, but it was off the back of a nice individual play from Goken.
Well, that's what I was going to say, Jordan. Look, you can do as well as you want, but at the end of the day, when you Black Dragons, any single one of them, you will be able to bring down the teamwork of Golden 5. They're at that caliber. So despite getting into the site so easily, it does end up coming down to a one-on-one, and that's something Golden 5 are going to have to tidy up. They can't allow that to occur anymore. As they will set up towards B site again. ADRF and Notson, two veterans, holding the site all on their lonesome. No backup anywhere near. Great work there by Notson on the aggression.
Right, an even better trade from Blame. Let's see if they can deal with ADRF. They certainly will. Again, it's Blame who continues to step up here for Golden 5. I think he has been the pick of the bunch for them. 6 and 2 right now. Viana this time will be playing from the window. Double sniper, though, for Black Dragon. As we saw in previous rounds, and if the bomb plant does go down, that can make the retakes difficult. Unfortunately for Golden 5, they're having some difficulty even getting the bomb down, and now it's FaZe in a 1v3. So I have to expect this is where we'll see the first round come for Black Dragons. He'll have to collect the bomb, and we'll do just that, but gives away his position in the meanwhile as well. Trying to win the 1v1 aim duel against Viana. This is probably the best chance he's going to get to bring it into a 2v1, and he'll do just that, but now still has more work to do, and inevitably will be spotted by Goke and cleaned up quite nicely. Black Dragons will win the round.
Well, you were questioning that double sniper, but it ended up being Viana with the pistol in the window to save the round for Golden 5, or rather Black Dragons. Black Dragons on the offensive now will take that long A control with a lot of noise and a lot of gusto. Maybe too noisy. If I was Golden 5, I'd be expecting some action towards the A site, B site rather.
And they've moved quickly as well. That's really good, really smart read from Golden 5 here, but they need to make sure they get good entries, which they've done. A 2-for-1. And Black Dragons being kind of read like a book right now by Golden 5.
Yep.
Even in the last round, Golden 5 did get into the bomb site relatively well. They just weren't able to keep a hold of it, and that's when I think some of the individual prowess from Black Dragons is going to rear its head.
Well, 7 hasn't seen him get past. But he will reposition just in time. But Vienna, Goken with the pistol this time.
What a bad trade from FaZe, and he'll double down as well. Pancada falls, and so too does Vienna. That's another nice round for Golden 5. I think as soon as FaZe yelled out there, someone was telling him to shut up.
Yeah.
It's like, shh.
I did hear that.
Don't give them anything,
Don't anger the beast. Don't anger the beast.
Yeah, I suppose
7
that's
and
the
4 already, though, Jordan.
mental side. Yeah, I mean, he's good. FaZe having a much better time of it as well here, 4 and 2. So he's definitely putting the numbers up that have been a little bit missing.
Well, he's going to have to step up a big way against Goken. We've seen what he's able to do already so far today.
What I got to say, though, is the Golden 5 did look good on the attack against Super Valiant. I think we can both remember that.
It was the defense.
It was the defense that really let them down. So, yes, it's going well for FaZe right now. But when he's holding this bomb site here on the defensive side, that's where we're really going to be putting him under a microscope.
He did miss a lot of shots when they were coming out short.
Yep.
And you won't be allowed to do that today.
No, definitely not. But similarly, Golden 5 will try to get as much done on this attack to make their life a little easier in the second half here.
I'd have to say also, so far, Golden 5 have had the pick of the bunch when it comes to the gambles as well. They've hit the B site multiple times with only 2 players there.
But have they been gambles or have they been educated guesses?
Well, the gambles by Black Dragons to stack the sides.
Right. But I think Golden 5 have read the situations pretty nicely. Here comes the attempt onto A, but Goken is going to get 2 with the Orm. ADRF there as well, sitting underneath the bridge. I mean, a decent trade from 7, but he'll need to do a little bit more than that, and he can't. Vienna is hanging around and waiting with the Orm. It's just Jin. Has a lot of HP to play with, and 5 and 1 at the moment, so it's been performing well in this game.
I think you'll find 7 was next to ADRF that whole time.
He was.
Yeah.
But look at how split Black Dragons are right now. Jin might be able to find an angle to force a 1v1, and that's it. Cops a little bit of damage, but you'll take that. If he can catch Knox in here, it's definitely doable. Sneaks his way now into the B-bomb side, and that will be a free plant for Jin. Pancada has such a big rotation to make, and Jin could literally be anywhere by now.
10 bullets in the clip remaining for Jin.
It's plenty.
He has been the man so far. He's been having a lights-out day. 7 and 1.
Well, this will be a 3 versus 1 for Jin if he's able to win it. Has gotten behind Pancada as well. Oh my god, it's a master stroke from Jin. And that is a massive round indeed.
Yeah, that's right, 7. Too hot. As Golden 5, well, would you have predicted this, Jordan? 4 and 1 on the attacking side of Black Widow.
No.
This has been a commanding start for them.
But they cannot afford to let it slip.
What is with Black Dragons? They don't seem to be in their rhythm yet.
I mean, it's all well and good to get off to a great start like this. I mean, you go back and you look at Baisha or All Gamers, you know, up 5 and 0 on Black Widow.
Was a scratch head.
And then they lost 10-7. So this is not over yet for Golden 5. They're doing well, that's sure. But consistency is key.
Going for the sneak in again underneath the windows. ADRF will peer across, but there is an extra player in the B site at the back corner. Not a position we see very often.
ADRF has done well to grab a couple there. Still, the player on the bomb site, Pancada, hasn't given away his position, and now Golden 5 will have to be diligent in clearing that angle, but it just doesn't look like that has even crossed their mind that there could be a player.
I've never seen someone sit here, Jordan. Never.
He's making a move now, Pancada. Misses the shots, and FaZe just shuts him down. Oh, dearie me. You talked about Black Dragons maybe not finding their rhythm, and I think that's a very good example of it. Golden 5 certainly have found theirs. And Goken tasked now with a 1v3, which was what just happened to Black Dragon.
Is this one of those maps that you just want to forget about? Never part of history?
Might well be.
If anyone can do it, it's Goken. Although the positioning of the Golden 5 will make it very difficult.
He's been spotted now as well by Blame, that's for sure.
They don't really... the thing is, like, FaZe, well done, you've finished that round off, but you don't even need to be jumping across the windows when you have FaZe sitting underneath it, waiting for the bomb to fuse. But still, why not tempt fate? Get the adrenaline running. 5-1 up for Golden 5. Could this be the Golden 5th round as far as it gets? It's the half secured for them.
Need much more. Cannot rest on your laurels, especially against the former world champions, or at least 3/5 of the former world champions.
You're going to go for the walk again.
I like this.
Yeah, it's a real catwalk.
Blame's crept through a smoke as well, and I wonder whether or not Black
All
Dragons
this
will
free
be
info.
prepared for that. It seems the answer is yes. Goken was still watching, but a nice trade from FaZe, and Jin cleans up Viana in mid. 3v4 here. Pancada by the truck on the site. Has been able to get one, and actually able to get another one there as well. Notson chimed in too. FaZe with a 1 versus 2. And can we see another clutch for Golden 5? Notson's been spotted. FaZe pulls out the pistol. He's gotten all over the place. I think he's made a meal of this one. But in reality, a 2v1, always going to be difficult.
Finally something to celebrate for the Black Dragons as they start off the penultimate round in this half. An easy split for Golden 5 as Viana, again, still on that sniper, Jordan. Will go looking through middle, but the aggression outside B catches Jin off guard. I think Golden 5 are in an okay position to deal with this. They won't lose any more casualties, but they're unable to adapt or do anything quickly to take advantage of that aggressive play by Black Dragons.
You really got to be expecting something like that as well from Golden 5, don't you?
Yeah, they're getting a little bit desperate for rounds now. They've lost the half. They won that last one quite easily, but you could almost say that was because Golden 5 allowed Blame to go up Cat on his own. And they weren't really able to help each other out, obviously take down that trade kill behind the truck. And instead we have Golden 5 now scratching their head. Not sure where to go in this round, but a minute 30 left on the clock to figure it out. And Blame has been sensational so far for Golden 5. Really the key killers for Golden 5 have stood up this game so far. And Black Dragons now to claw things back.
Well, this is where the tough is going to get going for Golden 5. They'll really need to sort of knuckle down and ensure that they don't let the half really slip away from what could have been something super, super solid into, you know, just kind of an average half.
Yep.
Time out through mid, a contact play, and Viana just absolutely obliterates two.
Yeah, no trade. Just the walkout mid. That's not what you want. Viana showing his world-class play.
Very clean aim, and he'll have an opportunity again. Wow, that's 3 headshots from 3. Doesn't get much better than that. Viana's done really well. And while Dennis starts to work his way up long, he doesn't have too much time. Does have the C4, but also has 3 players to face, and so too much of a challenge there.
And there you go. Viana just letting the guys know, come on, we're not out of this yet. Last round of the half, bring this one to me. 3 players again for Black Dragons heading towards long.
Wow, that's a lot of utility usage.
Well, immediately Golden 5 will look to work off that as they quickly head up short.
I like this from Golden 5. They do seem to be really on the ball when it comes to these kind of counter plays, but Goken is ready and waiting. Blame drops down and somehow doesn't spot Viana there. Now's a chance for Goken. And while Black Dragons have got control of long, Golden 5 are searching for control of the bomb site, and they're not quite being able to get it. FaZe will jump down and does end up actually defeating Viana in an aim duel. Jin also catching ADRF in the back in mid. So we're back to a 2v2. Definitely winnable. Pancada's head has been spotted here as well by FaZe, who expects the player behind him, but can't swing around in time to actually get the frag. Now the issue is for Jin, the C4 is on the A site, so he has to commit to that. And Black Dragons will know it.
Well, the 1-on-2 here, he'll come out long. He'll frighten Pancada off, and then opt to wrap back around. This could be a master stroke, as the 2 players for Black Dragons will be waiting for him to peer around the corner. However, with the timing, they know that he could have gone short, but it's a double fake from Jin. Surely with the 2 players from Black Dragons, they will continue to peek towards long.
Just needs to find the 1v1s. And yeah, he kind of does. Just doesn't go the way that he wanted it to. Pancada finishes it off 5-4 at the end of the half there for Golden 5, the advantage, but is that enough heading into the second half? That is the major question. Well, it was a blistering start from Golden 5, but an equally good comeback from Black Dragons keeps this one really hanging in the balance. I think, again, we're going to have to ask Golden 5 to lift, to elevate. So what we saw toward the end of the half just wasn't quite good enough to topple Black Dragons.
They came out of the gate so strong, Jordan. I don't know what happened to the momentum that they should have had. Instead, it looked like, Black Dragons come in with a couple of trick plays and catching Golden 5 off guard completely, and they weren't able to adapt. So that is the real weakness for Golden 5. When their set plays are not working out, late in the round, there's nothing they can do. And now they find themselves on the defense. They just need to get 5 more. How hard could it be? Well, Black Dragons, they're no easy beats. Clearing out the map meticulously one at a time. They do have full control of long, as you can see Pancada sitting away there in the pit. And they also have Notson just waiting for any sort of aggression towards B. So the 3-man firing team will come down middle. Potentially spot 7 very soon.
It is FaZe again toward the A site. So he is going to be someone that we will really keep a keen eye on. Blame, of course, looking to challenge up short here. An ADRF will fall, but it's a 1-for-1, really. Which at the end of the day is not actually too bad for Black Dragons. Kind of gives 7 a bit more work to do, as he has to be aware of what's happening on short, what's happening on long, and then what's happening in mid as well.
Well, Black Dragons very spread out. 48 seconds left on the clock. C4 still in their spawn, as Notson will pick it up at 7. Just caught in no man's land. FaZe now having to hold down the A site. It's going to be Viana spotting. Oh no, he's already gotten across. It's going to leave FaZe open to even Goken there. And I don't know how Jin is still at B, but that's something for them to worry about with the 2-on-4 retake. 20 seconds.
Hasn't been the ideal start to the half for Golden 5, that's for sure.
Very sloppy defense, as we were saying.
I think Jin is aware of Notson close by. So Dennis will start to creep his way up short here. Maybe try and cause a distraction that will allow Jin out from the window. That's a good shot from Dennis, but he's lost his teammate in the meanwhile, so it's all on to him now. And just way too many players to deal with there. So Black Dragons picking up the first round of the second half in a very convincing fashion.
Yep, so far so good for Black Dragons as they tie things up. They'll head towards B to stop anything from happening there. As you can see, maybe Dennis going on the aggression. Instead, he'll opt out of it. Already Viana has been to long and spotted it with the smokes on the corner. No one has crossed a pit. That's good enough for them. So they know there's some sort of attack mounting in short. And, well, Black Dragons, they're grouping up towards B, but is this part of their fake? You can see Blame already with full short control. He knows it's dead quiet there. They still have a player in their spawn, which usually indicates that they aren't willing to commit to this B site yet. A lot of utility usage, and Blame still not afraid to take a peek towards B. And it is a big hit, Jordan.
It is indeed. Who's going to step up this time for Golden 5, if anyone? You might hope that it's Jin. He's gotten the first one there. But FaZe is also over on the B side here, so this is a good read from Golden 5. They've got a bit of a stack on this side of the map, and while they're losing some players, they're also doing good damage to Black Dragons. Jin's still getting the info that there's someone hanging around close by. C4 on this side of the map still for Black Dragons as well. But I think this push is going to be the big difference maker for Golden 5. 7. And Goken does get away with a bit of a slippery one. He probably should have fallen there, but 7 just missing some shots. Puts it back into a 2v2, and the remaining players are low. FaZe and Goken now in a 1v1, and they both know where the other is.
The ultimate cowboy duel. Goken versus FaZe, sniper on sniper.
There's a couple of whiffs there, but Goken did take some tags. No headshot though, but FaZe aggressive! And Goken just waits.
Yeah, I would take Goken any day of the week in that fight. And you've really got to wonder how Golden 5 let that one slip, what 7 was thinking. Again, just giving away the advantage. Time and time again, really. Early on in the piece, some aggression out of Golden 5. 3-man stack will be pushing towards the box hall. And we do have Blame in middle, who is being targeted viciously by Black Dragons. They just wanted to get rid of him, and that could be it. This could be the catalyst for the attack on B. And instead of running away, Black Dragons commit to it, willing to take this fight.
Viana needs to fall here for Golden 5 if they're to win this round. And Dennis, he comes up with 3, but he'll need the ace.
Yeah.
So it's like, what else do I have to do, boys? I got 3 of them. Surely someone can help me out here. Has gambled on the rotation here to the ace side, and we'll get across in a pretty decent time, Dennis, but even still, this will be quite a rough one.
You could see he was in 2 minds.
Yeah. Too many options.
He saw the diffuser, and he thought, well, I could kill him, or I could kill the guy behind the box, and by the time he had done that, the other easy option is just kill this one guy standing in a window. Again, Blame this time more aggressive. More aggressive. If, a little bit of aggression isn't the answer last round, let's do a little bit more. And 3 will push towards B, leaving the A site completely open, but Black Dragon's unaware at the moment of the situation, with ADRF just holding on to that spawn. And now Black Dragons, they will form an attack towards the A site, grouping up on long. But full map control for Golden 5. It's got to be looking good for them. Probably as good as it's looked so far on the defense. Well, apart from those rounds that they threw away. 7 holding the A site. Waiting for the cross from FaZe.
FaZe has to hit one of these shots, doesn't he? And he does. It's a 1-for-1. He'll get cleaned up pretty quickly by Pancada. But unfortunately, in that situation, you want 7 to be able to swing and get the trade for FaZe. And he's just not able to do it. Which means numbers advantage here for Black Dragons. And Goken really ramping up into this second half. 5-0 right now, but not only him, really across the board, Black Dragons certainly seem to have found their footing now on the attack. And Dennis and Blame with a difficult task ahead of them. Blame might make it easier with some quick shots in here, but just unfortunately can't quite clean up Goken when he needed to there. So that's another one on the board for Black Dragons, and it really feels as though their march to victory here on Black Widow will not be denied.
No, another easy round for Black Dragons. It seems no matter what Golden 5 throw at them. And as we say that, they're going to throw 4 people towards long and leave Blame behind just to hold the pit as Black Dragons sit outside B almost on their default. Just making sure that there's no dodgy business going on. Dead quiet towards that side of the map, though. Could give Black Dragons an excuse to potentially hit it quite quickly, as the rotation has come out from Golden 5, so they have read the situation accurately.
Jin does get collapsed upon ADRF, and Notson easily opening up the bomb side, and 7 is there to provide some form of defense, but he doesn't last long, crumbling under the pressure. FaZe hits a great shot though, and if he can hit one more, then it might well keep things alive, but he's run out of ammo and gets cleaned up by Viana. And again, so close yet so far for Golden 5, it's just back to Blame.
If anyone can do it, it's Blame though.
2 snipers to deal with. Goken's 5-0. This is a tough ask.
Yeah, definitely with the bomb planted where it is, and the timing just not there for Viana.
Blame might be able to find the 1v1s there if he would have continued to push towards
I mean, you're not
Viana.
going to expect someone to push out of that window.
Viana hasn't spotted him, I don't think.
No, but 10 seconds left on the defuse.
Oh, well, that'll give away the position of Viana. Blame's still looking for the other player. He knows he has to get on the C4, and, well, the round's over now. And, yeah, he hits a good shot on the Viana, but it really doesn't matter. Goken
somehow misses that.
Yeah, going to watch as the bomb explodes. And that's map point for Black Dragons. Not a single round in the second half here for Golden 5 on the defense. And it's the second time that this half of this map will let them down.
Yep. 3-man stack towards B. Their Hail Mary that they did against the Chinese team as well. We're not going to find anything this time, as Black Dragon sitting very far back. And you can just hear the communication between the Brazilians just trying to get on the same page as the A stack comes out from Golden 5. Blame, 7 and FaZe all in the one site. Blame again going for more information towards short, as the push on the B halls is still continued. And that'll be Dennis and Jin just holding that that pit area in the water, as 3 players for Black Dragon will ultimately head out middle or up short.
Blame up to his usual tricks, but seems as though Black Dragons have a really good read on what Blame likes to do.
Yeah, exactly. And they're instantly traded.
I mean, he got away with a lot against Super Valiant pushing short like that, but every time he's done it against Black Dragons, it's been a 1-for-1. Pancada clean onto 7, but not a bad trade from FaZe, and a push out from the B side here from Dennis will continue to restrict the movement of Black Dragons as they're essentially shepherded into the A site. But it won't matter too much. There's no one left on the site from Golden 5 to defend it.
No, and again, that A site just completely falling to bits. Blame falling 1-on-1 in short on his own, and then also 7 falling without getting a kill, just in that same exact position by Pancada, and then leaving it all up to FaZe, and that's too much for him to do, unfortunately. But Jin on a 1v3.
It's not going to happen. He's 1-1, but he can't win the second. Black Dragons will be the team to pick up Black Widow 10-5, and they'll secure themselves a nice hefty lead heading into port.
Well, looked for a little while like Black Dragons were going to have a bad day on Black Widow, but it was not to be. They come out on top 10-5 is the score. And considering how that one started, Jordan, look, surely it's not that hard to defend on Black Widow.
I suppose it depends who you ask. You know, if you ask Black Dragons, they'd be saying, you know what?
It's supposed to be that
It's
hard.
not that bad, right? We can get 4 rounds on the defensive side, but for poor old Golden 5, not a single round on the defensive half. I mean, yeah, we saw yesterday against Super Valiant, they were much better on the attack as well, but, you know, you can't just get away with one half being decent. You need to be able to back that up. And unfortunately, I also don't think that they really were able to capitalize on the lead that they had in the first half anyway. You know, even if they could have taken that to 6 or 7 or 8, it probably wouldn't have mattered, but at least it would have made you feel a little bit better.
No, Ian, look, Vienna in there, we talked about him at the start of the game. Black Dragons were down at the start of that map. You could see him bringing the team back when there was 1 round left in the half. I think they'd only picked up 3s, like 1 more, get me 1 more.
Yep.
They get the 4th, and heading into the second half, easy peasy for Black Dragons.
It really was easy peasy. I mean, Golden 5 couldn't have laid out the red carpet any easier for their attacking side. You know, just these players just out in the middle of nowhere and just no teamwork at all, just people off doing their one and done positions. It's not going to work against a team like Black Dragons who roll around together in their 3-man packs with 1 player watching each of the flanks. So I think for me, back to the drawing board for Golden 5. Their attacking side, when they were up 5-0, they looked so strong. Those executes were near flawless. Obviously, it's easy to run those sorts of executes, but the real problem is, I think, the leadership for Golden 5 is halfway through the round when something goes awry, they're just completely lost and there's nowhere for them to regroup. They don't have any other plan. Whereas you see someone like Black Dragons, if you push against them and they lose 2 players, they still have an option somewhere, or they seem to manage to find one. Also, Goken, again, very impressive on the sniper. I think he's going to be one to look out for towards the grand finals as well.
Yeah, and that was the thing we sort of talked about at the start of the week, Jordan, where for Black Dragons, obviously making a couple of changes from last year, how are those new players going to work in this roster? And it seems to me like they're ready to step up.
Yeah, there was certainly more question marks for Goken than there was for Pancada, who we have seen in some previous iterations of Brazilian rosters and towards the top end of things as well, actually, at CFS. But I'd have to say, I think both Goken and Pancada have performed really quite admirably. They've been able to take it to some of the best teams in the competition so far. That said, things are only going to get tougher as we head into the arena stages as well. So maybe they're feeling pretty comfortable here, but once we get into Shanghai, and then we'll see how things go.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other kettle of fish, isn't it? So you go from the comfort of a nice, warm VSPN stage here in Taichung to a big arena, a huge Chinese-focused audience, and a lot of noise, a lot of everything. It just can be overwhelming at times.
Particularly if, for example, Black Dragons do end up going through this one, and then we'd expect Super Valiant should win the next one. That's what everyone's here to cheer for.
It certainly is, but right now it's Black Dragons up against Golden 5. We head across to Port. Black Dragons need to win this one to lock themselves a slot in the semi-finals.
It is Port indeed, and the last chance for Golden 5 to keep themselves alive here in CFS 2019. They did get eliminated in the quarterfinals last year, and they'll be hoping to go one better this year, but things are not going too well for them.
No, things definitely aren't going to plan. And it's an interesting prospect to what Ben was saying about potential Black Dragon versus Super Valiant as well. I think that's something that we really can be starting to think about.
Tantalizing prospect indeed.
Well, as this first round of Port will start off with Black Dragons on the attack. And this will be a good opportunity for Golden 5 to win their first defensive round of the BO3 on a map that heavily favours it.
You'd hope so. Phase with the snipe, but once again, pretty standard setup here from Golden 5. A little bit of presence coming into mid here for Black Dragons, so I wonder how eager they'll be to hit that.
Well, we can see very heavy mid presence from Black Dragons. It's not really a strategy we've seen so far, as they'll pounce through middle. And Notson, 7, finally getting off the ground there. And a 2-on-3 against Golden 5. Well, I'm still heading towards Black Dragons for this round, as Vienna is going to even things up, leaving it all to Jin.
You might not be too far from the truth, Ian. Vienna and Pancada have done the dirty work, and they brought it back to a 2v1. Jin does have a bit of HP, but also on the wrong side of the map, incidentally. But Dragons have decided that they want to go toward A.
Still 30 seconds left on the clock, with Jin none the wiser of where Vienna could have gone off to. He didn't spot the C4, and Pancada will boost Vienna up into a bit of a strange position, but then they'll abandon that straight away. 18 seconds left on the clock. You really want to see the C4 going down shortly. Jin needs to start identifying whether it is A or B, as he is in no man's land.
A side's ready to blow, Ian.
Yep, well, there you go. If you didn't know, now you know.
So Jin's certainly aware of it. Starts to creep forward. And Vienna is not only going to get the information, but the round as well. And you really can't go too far past the Black Dragons individuals, can you?
Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse for Golden 5 on the defense.
You thought.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Bit of aggression towards the B site. We've seen how many different ways this can look, as Golden 5 will opt to be completely passive on it. I'd like to see them maybe adopt the King Zone method of defending this site. Just holding and waiting for Black Dragons to execute and then counter flash. Did seem very effective. Nothing yet happening, as the counter smokes will come out, preventing the choke points from being penetrated. And Black Dragons will group up with all 5 members.
Jin's preparing a counter flash, which will allow Dennis at least some chance against the rampage that Black Dragons are, I'm sure, going to be throwing at this bomb site. There's the flash. Jin will jump up off the back of it as well, and Blame does well to get one on Pancada. There's still many more Black Dragons to catch, and unfortunately for Golden 5, they just haven't done enough to stop Black Dragons from at least securing the bomb site. And while it is a 3v3, one plan to go down here for Black Dragons could certainly shift things back in their favour, though a 1v3 now for Notson, and he will drop. So Golden 5, as you have mentioned, and what we've been waiting for.
I've got a round on the board on the defence.
Indeed. So it's been a long time coming for them, I'm sure. But perhaps the start of something. See how many they can string together, because we know that Port is a map where you really want to be getting a lot of rounds on this defensive side. If they don't get to 6, they're in real trouble.
No. Well, would you say even 6 against a team like Black
I
Dragon?
mean, ideally, you probably want more than that.
10? That's what it's going to take here. And FaZe with a great entry. He's gone very far past the A site for that entry kill as well. And that's hopefully going to put an end to Black Dragon's plans. But the man, Vienna, still alive. And he is the one that will call the shots. He's going to clear it out himself. And he knows already that he's fallen back straight after making that shot. Now, see if FaZe can do his best Bean impersonation as he holds onto this A site with the Orm. As Black Dragons will move up.
That was super sneaky from Vienna, just keeping his model below the boxes. And look at the damage that it's allowed him to do. 2 kills on the entry to A. But it is a 2v3 after the trades come back in from Golden 5. So, all's well that ends well. Wait and see whether it is actually going to end well here for Golden 5. Bomb plant has gone down. Goken posted on the line, waiting for the push from the defenders to retake the bomb site. 7 has been the danger man so far, and I think Goken might have spotted a player out here, but so far, Golden 5 are... Oh, never mind. I was going to say they were going to be able to get something done, but 2 quick kills from Pancata. He just cleans both of them up, and then Goken is there to help him out. And you blink and you miss it, and that round is over.
Absolutely.
And Black Dragons go up 2-1. That's not a pretty sight for Golden 5, unfortunately. And this is going to speed things up quite quickly. Black Dragons, maybe a little bit too quick.
Speaking of over before you see it, Jordan, they've walked straight in to the grinder there. And Golden 5 string another one together, but no cause for concern or no cause for celebration, rather. They've still got a lot ahead of them.
I'd suspect Black Dragons are not going to be playing quite so quickly in the next few rounds.
At some point, maybe Black Dragons will decide, we have enough rounds for our defensive side.
Maybe. It's a little bit more reserved this time, though.
Yeah. Let's see. As we have Black Dragons still heavily favouring that B site, but instead Golden 5 with a sneaky position there for Jin above the windowsill. He will fall off though and hide in the site. Not much to really talk about here, Jordan, is there? I mean, just players walking around the map, finding positions, getting that control where they can.
Nice shot from Blame. Headshot to boot.
Very aggressive as well. It just goes to show more than one way to skin a cat, as we've seen Emzen do it for Super Valiant, just walking around middle, but instead Blame will climb up on this right alleyway. And he's able to fall back knowing that FaZe has the position locked down. And this time we'll see Black Dragons stop and take stock. As they'll line up their execute for their smokes onto the B side, but I think maybe they just might go through middle instead. But that being said, Blame, a thorn in their side again, will take down ADRF.
Yeah, I really don't think you'd be feeling too happy about having to go through middle when Blame is watching that. Vienna will creep forward, looking for Dennis. Might have spotted him through the window there. But the flash does come back through from Golden 5. Pancata, however, has caught the danger man of Blame. And still 30 seconds here for Black Dragons. There's enough time to play with to make an execute happen here, but in a 2v4 now, that'll be very difficult indeed unless Goken does something special. But in fact, it's actually 7 who will get the 2.
What's interesting is you're almost expected to win these rounds on the defensive side, and you can see Black Dragons, despite throwing everything at the round, they won't be able to come out with a win every single time, even against a team of Golden 5's caliber. So Golden 5 with 3 on the board. See if they can get back to that golden number of 5 rounds this time on their defensive side. Win the half before going against that individual bursting, amazing defensive side that Black Dragons will have. Off this tricky play again. Although Black Dragons, they're not doing anything quickly. It's all measured approach. Blame still trying to find someone in middle. On the hunt, on the prowl.
He's Thurston. Cruising for a bruising.
7, I think, is actually accidentally let them past. Crosshair poised to identify anyone going up through the smoke. Looks like a fake towards the B site. The execute will come out as they'll rotate across towards A. FaZe, though, holds.
Waits patiently. Is he going to be rewarded for it? Well, he spots ADRF, but doesn't actually manage to land the killing blow. 2 connections there from FaZe, but someone else needs to help him out here. And it might well be Blame that can do the job. However, ADRF, that is 3 entry kills. That is the bomb site secured, and that might well be the round for Black Dragons as well, because Gokun has just picked up Jin. And Dennis finds a 1v4 now, is in front of him. So has to navigate some pretty rough aim duels here with a lot of crossfires being established by Black Dragons. There's a good start for Dennis, but Gokun is ready and waiting for the trade.
Too little, too late, I'm afraid, Jordan. Once Black Dragons get a number advantage against Golden 5, it's not a whole lot they can do, especially retaking the bomb site such as A. There's so many places to watch it from. Okay, Golden 5 on the back foot now a little bit. Not able to find any free picks in the last round, and it really showed.
Seven's had a few opportunities here with the Orm and finally managing to connect one. Vienna definitely playing with fire. Now, a rifle versus Orm is probably not the kind of angel that you want to be taking here. Flame will swing wide, and that's the end of Vienna. This is pretty nice from Golden 5, but I do kind of feel as though Black Dragons were not as decisive in that round as they have been in previous.
Yeah, they really stuck around too long. Maybe not showing enough respect towards 7 with the Orm. And that was their undoing in the end. But again, I think maybe they also just feel a little bit comfortable. 3 rounds might just be enough.
Could be. Still a few left in the half here, though, to make things look interesting.
Again, Black Dragons very quickly through middle this round. Going up towards the ladder. See if they can get over. I'm not sure what the purpose is for going up there so quickly. Maybe set up a bit of a noise fake. Vienna still fighting. Blame in middle. FaZe not sniping on that A site. Instead, again, left up to 7.
Oh. Well, that's a shot from Vienna that you're not going to hit every day. FaZe just gets deleted.
With the sniper rifle there, though, really? Strange positioning. And Vienna, with one-man army towards middle here, able to get away with seemingly anything. As Black Dragons will group up again, thinking perhaps of going against 7 scope once more.
ADRF will peek on out. 7, as you mentioned, is the man with the master plan on the A bomb site, but Pancada will delete him and then Blame as well. Black Dragons, they just always seem to be able to find the frags that they need. A lot of utility to allow the cross here. Bomb plant should go down, no problems at all. And Gokun again playing from this position.
Yeah, the retake coming in from Dennis and Jin. That grenade awfully close and does indeed end up doing a bit of damage to Dennis. Pancada seemingly aware of everything that could be going on, but instead puts himself between a rock and a hard place as Dennis will come bouncing in. And Gokun, of course, speaking of rocks, an absolute gem for Black Dragons in every single one of these clutches.
That was a good one, Ian. I really rate that.
I don't know where that came from.
Is it gem or rock or?
Who cares?
Next you're going to be telling me diamonds are forged under pressure or something. I don't know. Either way, last round of the half.
Or it could be your tears on Neptune. Next thing you know, you'll be asking me if a coconut is a rock. Will be execute coming out from Black Dragons. Is it a fake? Is it the real thing? Golden 5 don't know. No counter flashes out from them. And now the pressure is on Dennis and FaZe and 7 instead being the one to chime in. As the bomb will go down.
Not going to make life too much easier here for Golden 5 though, with the numbers disadvantage. To make a retake happen on B is not going to be an easy task. Post plan is looking pretty good for Black Dragons. Goken will take the first contact, and this is buying a lot of time. It's going to take Golden 5 a great deal of time and utility to get him out of this position. In fact, I'm not sure that they're going to be able to get him out of there. Finally, Dennis does connect a shot, but now 10 seconds here, and Golden 5 will have to sit the defuse. 7 just cannot win the round even if he wanted to.
Yeah, and look, it really doesn't look like Black Dragons are too phased about that, as they'll go into the second half with the lead.
Well, not a bad first half from Black Dragons. Would imagine this is shaping up nicely for a 2-0. But maybe Golden 5 have something left to say about it. And I guess now, if you're going to pull anything out, if you're going to pull any stocks out, it really has to come at this point, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They can't leave anything on the park here. This could be Golden 5's tournament on the line, as Black Dragons will just be solidifying another win in the road to CFS Grand Finals. Something that I think they might be just expecting at this point, but FaZe has somehow wandered in past the defense.
Doesn't seem like it's helped too much. 7, however, is having a good map here. And continues to keep Golden 5 in the mix. 3v3. As Pancada goes for a push, that's going to catch Jin off guard. ADRF, however, does much the same into 7's crosshair. So really just a fair amount of shenanigans all over the map here.
Just shenanigans.
It's a messy first round of this half.
Yeah. Golden 5 looking for anything they can. They still have a chance to take it out, even up the scores, get that first round on the attack, which we know can be so difficult. Goken, though, I think he's going to be the man to watch for this half. He'll have the A site down on lock. And Pancada, well, he's the one that's holding towards middle, leaving the B side open for a retake. And Golden 5 just picking the right site by chance. They really had nowhere else to go, really. They know Goken will be sitting, poised, waiting at the A site. They're going to get in here with the cheap plant. Whether or not Pancada waits for Goken, and whether or not Golden 5 seemingly take on too many 1v2s. 7 in a tough position. No teamwork or backup available.
Yep, and that's going to make short work of him. So Dennis has to do it himself. Maybe he is to blame. And Goken spots him through the window, so that'll be too easy. And Vienna finds something funny, I'm not sure what.
Probably finds it a little bit funny that 7 was there on his own with the bomb planted clearly for that window. And Dennis unable to do anything. But here we go. A familiar time. Black Dragons hitting the lead now by 2. Goken missing that shot, and FaZe really just deleting him from the map. What a great shot. Finally, that duel goes in the favour of FaZe, as Golden 5 might look to try and capitalise off that advantage and head towards B quickly, but Pancada's still there despite being on his own. Not sure why not send Vienna over towards that B site, A site rather. Probably to make up for the lack of Goken, but here we are, they execute onto B.
Well, a little bit of onus placed here on Pancada, but he does the wise thing of backing away and keeping himself alive, which will give Black Dragons at least a chance of retaking this site. They've come quickly, the rotation has been good, and Golden 5 are not expecting them this early. Pancada keeping himself alive is a masterstroke, because look at how clean that retake was for Black Dragons. Golden 5 were just not expecting them.
Looking a little bit too easy at this point, Jordan. The style that Black Dragons are just running all over Golden 5. You see Jin not happy at all with the situation, but the team is clearly just being completely outclassed. And the score really does show that. And And I think Golden 5 have got a lot of homework to do to understand what's going wrong here, because if you're sitting in the server right now, you're just wondering, how is Black Dragons able to do what they are able to do?
How are they that good?
How are they that good? Oh, Goken. Let's see what the star can show us. A bit of a fake towards A as they rotate back towards middle, looking for that pick'em. Unable to find anything. Blame though has gotten pretty far up middle. I don't think he'll be able to sneak out like FaZe did earlier on in the half. Making a lot of noise towards A here. This is all for show. Goken knows exactly what's going on. No one will be taking that aim duel after seeing what Bean was able to do. You can almost just imagine what Goken can do in the same position. FaZe wasn't able to do it, so 7 stepped up. But I think Goken will be more than ready, more than able. But again, they have snuck out through middle. It'll be interesting to see if they're able to adapt to this, use this a little bit more in future, as FaZe will pick up a great shot off the knots and
Quite able to connect him to Pancada there, but the second does. That's not too bad for me. Vienna, however, has been collapsed upon by quite a few Golden 5 players. Goken and ADRF still on the rotate, not able to help him out.
FaZe on the entry with the sniper on his own. That's very interesting for me.
Oh, man.
ADRF.
That's a pretty good shot from ADRF as well. Look at Jin's HP. This is not looking too comfortable right now for Golden 5, particularly with 7 falling in ADRF. Wow. You can take a bow after that one. Vienna tells him as much.
Yeah, I think right now if I'm Black Dragons, I'm very confident about taking this as a 2-0. And I would be happy just to stand up and shout on behalf of all of Brazil for any time that Europe has stood in their way. I'd be giving them a piece of my mind. And it would be so easy to as well.
Just a couple of rounds away now for Black Dragons.
Well, to be honest though, Jordan, despite Black Dragons winning this a little bit easily, it hasn't been that easy. I did expect a little bit more from Black Dragons. But then again, probably keeping their cards close to their chest.
Yeah, you'd expect so. It's a lot of utility usage from Golden 5, but they're not actually pushing the side off the back of it. Flames completely out of grenades now. 7 and Dennis with just 1 to their name.
Yeah, Black Dragons still just holding strong. Good defense on middle this round. Not going to allow the same mistakes as the previous couple where FaZe was able to walk through middle later in the round. And Vienna, he wants to peak. He wants to find something. He wants to get something happening. He's not willing to let Golden 5 dictate the pace, and he snuck on through, actually.
Oh dear, this could be so bad for Golden 5. In fact, it's not even Vienna that really has opened it up there for Golden 5. It's ADRF again with a double kill. The man's unstoppable in this second half, and Pancada through the wall. I just can't, it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen today for Golden 5. I mean, I think you might as well write this one off.
It really doesn't. Time to put the nail in the coffin here. Black Dragons, they've got Golden 5 on death row. One more round left in this match. Let's see if Golden 5 can do anything, conjure anything to stay in this and give themselves something to hold their head high. A fast B rush will come out, catching Pancada a little off guard, but he's prepared nonetheless.
Wow, Pancada just too good at the moment. Absolutely unstoppable. Notson eventually will fall. Oaken, Vienna and ADRF do find themselves an advantage, but Black Dragons...
And they won't want to throw it away, Jordan. This is a good opportunity to tie not in this game. You can see Vienna, he does want to take the one-on-one duel, and now everyone will be fighting for Brazil.
And Goken will finish it off. Black Dragons get the 2-0 over Golden 5. The cleanest quarterfinal that we've seen so far. Puts them through to the semi-finals in the bottom side of the bracket.